We're back, baby. It's the charity stripe pitcher free throws because they're free. Best to believe on Stadium. Fisher, Tosopoulos, Snacks, Kreider, and our guest, one of the best tight ends of our lifetime. Really is. Vernon Davis joining us. We had him last year at Super Bowl. Great to see you again, Vernon. And before we get into football, the sport we all love, we got to ask you, what's going on with Smirnoff and your deal with the cocktails?
I said, what's going on? All season long, we were recruiting for the cocktail coordinator, which is the best job in America. And it's down to one. It's down to one competitor, and it's going to be awesome. They have an opportunity to fly private transportation and walk Radio Row with me at the Super Bowl. It's going to be amazing.
Will they be sharing a drink with you as well?
Will they be sharing a drink? Of course they'll be sharing a drink.
Yes, how dare you ask that question?
We'll keep an eye out for
the Cosmo Catch. They'll be sharing the Cosmo Catch.
Oh, no, nice. The Cosmo Catch.
What's in that one? What do we got?
Oh, my gosh. We have Smirnoff 21, orange juice, cranberry, and an orange wedge.
Ooh. You know, you can't go wrong with an orange wedge.
Cannot.
You cannot. And you can't go wrong with the San Francisco 49ers, the team that drafted you, as you saw in the background. Vernon, amazing.
I mean, you could go wrong with them last week if you bet on them.
You could go wrong with them sometimes, but by and large, they've been an amazing franchise over the last decade. You went to the Super Bowl with them. Big quarterback question. In your opinion, what should the Niners do at QB for next season?
Everyone's asking me that question. That's going to be a tough one. I have to think about that because Trey Lance he's my favorite. He's on my favorite list. And I say that because of his upside. I mean, he's tall, he's mobile, he can throw the ball, he can run, he can make you miss. He's a great team player. So I'd give him an opportunity to get back and see what he's able to do for the team.
Nice. Smooth like Smirnoff, some would say. Kind of going in the 49ers vein, your former head coach, Harbaugh, going back to the NFL, staying. Do you think Jim Harbaugh should and will he stay at Michigan for the remainder of his coaching career?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that because I know Harbaugh from playing with him. He's very unpredictable. You don't know what he's going to do. It depends on it. It depends. One minute he can come. He's just an interesting guy, but he's brilliant. He's brilliant. He can walk into any organization and turn the program around. And that's what he's known for. But I think whatever he decides to do, he's going to do really well at it. And I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah. We have a legendary tight end playing in this Super Bowl, Travis Kelce. I think a lot of the conversation has been, can Travis Kelce catch the GOAT? For a lot of people is Rob Gronkowski. It shouldn't be. It should be you. But what do you think Travis Kelce has to do the rest of his career to cement himself as the greatest tight end of all time? If it's even possible.
I think Travis Kelce I think it's possible. I think he just has to depends on how many more years he's able to play. But I think he has to continue to be consistent, work on his craft, and just do everything that he's been doing over these past years, and everything else to just take care of itself. But he's definitely talented enough to surpass any tight end. And I'm a big fan of Travis. I know him really well, and he's just the ultimate tight end that you want on your team.
What about this position would you say makes it so difficult to find a star at? Because if you look at like fantasy football, you really only got like 2 to 3 good options to start a tight end. Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, who was even up and down on the roster this year with injuries, maybe Darren Waller. What about the tight end position is so difficult to make as a boom player?
Because if you look at the position is you want a tight end that's fast, that's able to run 4.4, 4.3, maybe in 4.5. I mean, just they can move and get downfield, and or maybe a tight end that has field speed. Because you have guys like that, like Jordan Reed. He's not going to get out there and run a 4.5 or 4.3, but when you put him on the field, he's going to be able to run by anybody. You want that. You want a guy that can block, pass protect. You want a guy that can catch the ball and make people miss. And it's hard to find that when it comes to that size and the height and weight of a player that can move and has that ability. So it just makes it difficult to go after that kind of talent.
Which of these young guys in the NFL right now do you see that could potentially take the next step to get into that upper echelon of tight ends?
Yeah, I want to say the young guy. I like Waller. I think he's really good. He's up and he's still young. He's up and he has a lot of room for growth. I think if used properly over the years and if he's able to stay consistent as well and continue to work on the craft, I think he has the potential to do some great things as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vernon, last time we saw you at Super Bowl, we were talking about movies and your involvement in the entertainment business. What was it like shooting the commercial for Smirnoff being in front of the camera like that?
It was amazing. I love working with Smirnoff. They're a class act. Everything they do is first class, and just being on set and just putting all those different concepts together and trying to make something really amazing. I think we did that and more. So anytime I have to get on camera and be a part of activations for them, it's always a great thing.
Yeah, I mean, Smirnoff also has one of my favorite traditions. The team you won the Super Bowl with, the Denver Broncos, Sean Payton is the new head coach. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, Sean Payton is I mean, he could be anyone's head coach. His resume, the way it stacks up he's brilliant. He's just like Harbaugh. He's brilliant. He's able to go in and turn the program around and stack up some wins. And he's a great coach. I think every player can attest to this, but you want to play for him. You want to play for Payton, Sean Payton. He's just one of those guys that you want to play for.
Mm-hmm. Now, you went to Maryland. We have guys on our network that work here with us that went to Maryland. We have buddies that went to Maryland. So we'd be remiss if we didn't ask this. Who are the top 5 Maryland athletes of all time, in your opinion?
That's a tough one, man.
It's loaded, dude. It's loaded. Loaded baked potato.
It is loaded because you got Sean Merriman in there. You have DeQuell Jackson. You got Randy Starks, Diggs, Torrey Smith. And I can go back. I mean, Eric Abagu was even really good. That's a tough one. That's a tough question, man.
Len Bias.
Yeah. A lot in there.
Len Bias, you're right. Len Bias.
And we haven't gotten to hoops yet. I mean, there's a lot of good football players.
Steve Francis, Warren Dixon.
Stevie franchise.
The franchise is explosive.
Stevie franchise.
We all grew up on Stevie franchise.
Josh always says he can jump over people. Like he looks at them and says, I can jump over that guy. And Steve franchise actually could jump over all of us right now.
Yeah.
Oh, for
absolutely.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I don't think I couldn't jump over, like seeing you here. I couldn't jump over you, Vernon. Like if there was like a small child, I could make the leap. But Steve franchise can definitely,
you've wizened in age.
I've wizened in age. All right, last question for you, Vernon. Biggest one of them all. Who do you got in the Super Bowl?
Who do I have in the Super Bowl? I have to go with the Eagles just because I've been watching them closely and just seeing what Hurts is able to do out there. It's been a journey, and I appreciate his craft, the way he tapped into like the whole quarterback. Just the way he's just evolved, man. It's just crazy to watch him now compared to last year. I saw the potential there, but what he's been able to do this year it's been. I mean, I'm sure you can probably say the same thing, but it's been awesome to watch him.
Well, they don't necessarily have most improved player in the NFL like they do in the NBA. They have comeback player of the year, but if there was most improved, I'd probably give it to Jalen because he's really worked on his accuracy and he's taken control of that position. And there was a lot of doubters early on if he could actually be a starting quarterback in this league. And he looks like he can be a franchise guy now.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen it a bunch up close and personal in college here. The guy's a winner, he's a team player. And, you play with a bunch of guys. You yourself were one. You played with the Niners for a while, and there were guys in that locker room that stuck it out. Like even when you guys went through multiple. How many head coaches do you have? A few, right? With the Niners,
probably 15 to 20.
Yeah, right. But a lot of y'all stuck through it and were team players, and like that's just the kind of guy that Jalen is.
Yeah. I was gonna ask Vernon if you could compare Jalen to any Smirnoff drink, which would you compare him to?
I'll probably have to compare him to the Cosmo Catch.
Cosmo Catch, baby.
I had a feeling that was
Cosmo
coming.
Catch.
Smirnoff, OJ, cranberry, orange slice. That's Vernon Davis, one of the best tight ends to do it. Vernon, thank you so much for joining. We'll see you at the Super Bowl, man.
Absolutely. Good to see you.
Later.
All right.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Vernon. We'll
Good to
see
see
you
you.
next week, man.
No problem. All right, guys.
Thanks, Haley.
Thank you.
Thank you, Haley.
Bye.